Good evening and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Ebulomo Adekoli. In Potiskum, Yobe State, there is a report that says another suicide bomber has struck in the town, attacking a bus. The suicide bomber was said to have disguised as a passenger to get onto the bus before detonating, killing scores of people. There has been no official confirmation of the casualty figure from the police and other security agencies. Sources say over 10 bodies have been deposited at the mortuary of the General Hospital in the town. Potiskum has suffered several bomb attacks in recent times, and this latest attack is coming 2 days after another suicide bombing, allegedly by a 7-year-old girl. We'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletins. President Goodluck Jonathan on Monday received 2 of his counterparts from Equatorial Guinea and the Republic of Congo. President Teodoro Obiang Nguema of Equatorial Guinea and Denis Sassou Nguesso of the Republic of Congo were received at a brief ceremony at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Jonathan later held a 3-way talk with the 2 presidents at the airport on issues that concerned the parties. The 3 presidents reviewed the current security challenges in West Africa and Central African regions, especially the threat posed by Boko Haram. They stressed the need for a multi-pronged approach to fighting the insurgents group and commended the initiative of the member states of the Lake Chad Basin Commission in setting up the multinational joint task force. Both men have since returned to their countries after the 1-day working visit. Soldiers on stop-and-search operation in Bagav arrested some insurgents disguised as women. Defense headquarters said in a statement on its website that the revelation came on a day troops discovered arms and other weapons stacked at various locations. It added that apart from those captured in the course of fighting, many other terrorists were picked up in hidden positions and are being interrogated. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Air Force has stepped up its air raids and identified targets in Gwoza, Bama and Sambisa forests. These, the defense authorities say, is in preparation for all the phases of the mission. The military noted that the airstrikes have been hitting vital targets with required precision. APC Presidential Campaign Organization has raised alarm about reports of a fake shekau being presented before Nigerians by the government in order to claim glory or winning the war on terrorism. Credible sources have alerted the APC that the fake shekau might become a tool to blackmail members of the opposition by coaching the phantom terror chief to say he was working for the opposition party candidate, General Muhammad Buhari, in order to link its presidential candidate to terrorism, as it had attempted but failed in the past. A statement issued by the Director of Media and Publicity of the party, signed by Malam Garba Shehu, wondered where the new shekau will come from after government at several times in the past announced that they had killed the insurgent leader. About 19,000 internally displaced persons who escaped Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast Nigeria are taking refuge at AYN Church in Jos, Plateau State capital. Executive Director of the Center for Caring, Empowerment and Peace Initiative, Rebecca Daly, disclosed this when the People's Democratic Party governorship candidate in the state, Senator Gyang Poajok, visited the church. In his speech, Poajok said the Nigerian experience and challenges required people to come together despite ethnic or religious differences and fight their common enemy. Beside the refugees that the crisis in the northeast have thrown up, Plateau State has its own internally displaced persons that resulted from the decade-old communal clashes in the state. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola says efficient security will continue to be a mirage without the provision of the needed modern technology to aid the operations of available security operatives in the country. Fashola stated this at the commissioning of an information technology center at Area F Division of the State Police Command. Abiola Oluwole was at the ceremony, as reporters presented from our studio.
The ICT Resource Center, according to Fashola, is in line with the resolve of his administration to continually equip the State Police Command for optimal operation. While encouraging the police to key into modern ways of policing, Fashola appealed to men of the force to always see themselves as a bastion of safety for all Nigerians.
I believe that this nation can build a 21st century type police force, a place where some of the best and the brightest of Nigeria can decide, I want to pursue a career and reach the top there. But it's going to start from the work environment. It's going to start from the tools that you have to work with. It's going to start from the dignity and courage with which you also carry yourselves. It's also going to start with the way you treat citizens, knowing that they are your employers. Because the resources with which you are paid, the resources with which this is provided, is collected from citizens and provided for you.
The State Commissioner for Police, Kaude Aderonti, says the ICT Resource Center will further boost the operation of the command and tackling crime by ensuring effective preservation of exhibits.
This ICT Resource Center will assist our exhibit keeper in actually keeping all the exhibits that actually come across in the course of our official duty. All the vehicles that Yellow have been littering all the police stations throughout the state will be a thing of the past. Because now when you have all these vehicular exhibits, whether through accidents or whatever, that is brought to our attention to the station, what we just need to do is to capture the data, get the details in the database, and we can now release all these exhibits on board.
The ICT Center is the third of the planned 100 for the State Police Command.
The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has raised alarm over the plight of some Nigerians living in Baku, Azerbaijan, who have been denied the opportunity to renew their passports and now live in daily fear of deportation. SERAP, in an open letter dated February 20th, 2015, and signed by its executive director, urged the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Aminu Wali, and the chairperson of the Diaspora Committee, House of Representatives, Abike Dabiri, to urgently intervene to forestall unwarranted deportation of the Nigerian citizens living in Baku. SERAP said this call became necessary after the receipt of a letter from the citizens who say they have been arbitrarily denied their right to nationality by the Embassy of Nigeria in Tehran, Iran, which failed or refused to honor their application for international passport renewal. According to SERAP, the affected citizens in Baku, Azerbaijan, explained that between August 31st and September 1st, 2014, they participated in an e-passport exercise conducted by 2 Nigerian immigration officers under the watch of the Nigerian ambassador to Iran, Tukur Mani, and 1 other embassy officer. The group said though every adult participant paid $150, while for every child $120 was paid, the embassy has however failed and refused to issue them their passports. SERAP, while noting that the right to nationality of every Nigerian is a fundamental human right preserved within the provisions of Article 5 of the African Charter, says it is important for the Nigerian government to do everything that will guarantee and facilitate the effective enjoyment of the right to nationality of every Nigerian, wherever they may be. The Nigerian Immigration Service in Kwara State has intercepted a trailer with 47 illegal immigrants from Niger. The illegal aliens, who were intercepted in a trailer with registration number XA621KST on the Kiama-Benin Republic border road, according to the State Office of the Immigration Service, as part of the routine operation, which were also extended to Offa and Ilori. Public Relations Officer of the service in Kwara State, Adeshola Adeyemi, says the operations will continue to ensure that the country is rid of aliens without proper papers and documentation.
Or if you get tip-off and or other informations, we go out.
Can you tell us about the Nigerians over there? Where were they intercepted?
During the raid this morning, our men noticed a lorry in a lorry, and quickly they stopped the lorry. After intercepting them, they discovered that the lorry is carrying some goods with about 46 Nigerians inside. We do a profiling, and from the profiling, we determine their nationality, and also they've all confessed They'll be from Niger. And I have to add this, that they do not have their travel documents. The next step is to return them back to their country.
Two of the alleged illegal aliens have this to say.
I don't tell this deal for Kwara State. I don't pass like 10 years.
In Kwara State?
Yeah.
Where are you from? From which country?
I'm come from Niger.
Okay. From?
Ofa.
Are you born in Ofa?
No.
You are from which country?
For Niger.
Okay. Since when have you been in London?
Lori.
Niger. Salisu nike. Daga Niger nike. Za mu je neman abinci ne. A'a ba mu da baba sai dai muna da jagoran.
Governor Ayodele Fayose has insisted that the All Progressives Congress falsely misrepresented a television interview done by its presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari in Nigeria. He claimed that the photo scenes recently circulated by the APC as an interview by a TV journalist based in London was actually recreated in Nigeria. Fayose also maintained that its position that Buhari is not fit to rule the country still stands. Ogun State's Governor Ibikunle Amosun has dismissed the rumor on the health status of the presidential candidate of his party, Muhammadu Buhari. While speaking at the Cultural Center in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, Governor Ibikunle Amosun says it is disgraceful and obscene that the constant death wish by some highly placed Nigerians against Buhari. He added that Buhari is fit as a fiddle, urging people to disregard the rumor about his health.
It's a disgrace to our race as Yorubas for somebody to be wishing another person dead. For your information, Muhammad Buhari is even stronger than the character that is saying the man is weak. Maybe because of the military background. Because even you know the way I walk, it's like catching up with him. The man is hale and healthy for his age. Maybe because of, I don't know, the military nature. It's like seeing Baba Sanjotu, and you said he's old. You know, this is the man that is very agile, very healthy. We are even telling him you have to slow down. Just like you will tell me slow down. This is the man that we met to Libya, we left the place, we went to about 5 different places. The man is hale and healthy. Even when I went to Ben Television, I said, sir, you can't follow me, you have to go home. He's willing, he's ready, even in the cold. The man was walking around, and you see the Photoshop they are using. They are saying a lot of rubbish. This is not politics. It is descending to an abysmal level.
The People's Democratic Party has said that the revelation that the All Progressives Congress lied about the location of General Buhari's interview for the TV show All Eyes on Africa shows that it is a party founded and built in deceit. Spokesman for the party's presidential campaign team, Femi Fani-Kayode, said in a statement issued in Abuja that one of its members, Mukhtar Daniya, had in a series of tweets through his Twitter handle proven that the interview was conducted at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel in Abuja. The party's campaign team issued the statement on a day the Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose addressed the press in one of the rooms of the Hilton Hotel to prove that the interview was not done in the UK. PDP noted that the issue had nothing to do with Buhari's health, but about what it described as credibility crisis the APC had brought upon itself. It consequently wondered whether the party was lying when it said it had not cloned permanent voter cards or attempted to hack into the server of the Independent National Electoral Commission. It's the CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a break and return with more reports. Please stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on DG360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Many thanks for being there with us. And for more news and other information, you can visit our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. And for videos on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV, then news. Original inhabitants of the Federal Capital Territory have sued President Goodluck Jonathan and the Attorney General of the Federation, Mohamed Adoke, for non-appointment of Abuja natives into the Federal Executive Council. This follows their non-inclusion on the list of 8 ministerial nominees recently sent to the Senate for screening. The suit was filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja by the General Counsel of the Original Inhabitant Development Association of Abuja, Musa Babankpaya, and is OIDA President Danladi Jeji as the second plaintiff. The suit has as defendants the President and the Attorney General of the Federation. In the originating summons, the Abuja natives are seeking a declaration that the indigents are entitled to ministerial appointment. They also want a declaration that the continuous refusal or failure by previous and current presidents to appoint an FCT indigent as a cabinet member is a violation of their constitutional rights. The natives are also seeking a compensation of 50 million naira a year since May 1999 for the violation of their fundamental and constitutional rights. The plaintiffs want the compensatory damages be put in a trust fund account with the Central Bank of Nigeria for the benefit of all indigents of FCT Abuja and an award of 10 million naira in legal costs. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the suit. One of the founding members of the People's Democratic Party, Chinwoke Mbadinuju, has dumped the party for the All Progressives Congress. The former Anambra State governor said at a news conference in Abuja that he took the decision after considering the injustice he had suffered in the hands of the party leaders who handed over PDP structures in the state to politicians of questionable character. Mbadinuju, who was received into the party fold by the 2 APC national leaders, Ogbonnaya Onu and Tony Momo, is confident Nigeria would be better with Muhammadu Buhari at the helms of government.
Because if you look at graphic, PDP had come first in terms of location, and then followed by APC, and there could be other parties too follow. All of them will not cluster one day, one place. But since I've been in PDP for that long, I think it is proper you go and breathe some fresh air again.
We are very happy, very, very delighted that he's coming. And you can't be talking of relevance for somebody who had been a governor of a state, and he was elected as governor. He was not appointed. So while as governor, he did a number of things, for our people in Anambra State. And there are so many persons who will always remember, what he did. So he is very relevant, and we are very happy that he has come to APC. The APC is a very big political party, but we want it to be bigger. We want more people to come in. And for me, who also happens to come from the southeast, I am personally very delighted that he is coming, because there is so much work to be done. You can see that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So we are exceptionally happy because his coming will help us to bring more people, not just in the southeast, but all over the country.
A federal high court in Abuja has joined the parties seeking to be co-defendants in a suit opposing the use of permanent voter cards and card readers for the forthcoming general elections. The All Progressives Congress, its presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari, and the People's Democratic Party had all applied to be joined as defendants in the suit. At the resumed hearing of the matter, Justice Abdulkadir Abdul Kafarati also granted requests by civil society group, the Fiscal and Civil Rights Enlightenment Foundation, to be joined as a defendant in the same suit. The court has adjourned further hearing till March 18th.
Whether the use of card reader is recognized in our law. By our law, I mean both the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Electoral Act. Two, for the court also to consider whether e-voting, that's electronic voting, is recognized by the law.
The issues raised by the plaintiff and the relief they seek have serious effect on the election, which is soon to take place. And for them to have failed to join us in the first instance was a serious anomaly. And our clients cannot sit back and watch their fate decided.
There are certain interested individuals who sought to be joined so that they will be part of the litigation. But our case for INEC is very straightforward. When voter registration was conducted, the initial stage was to issue temporary voters card. And the understanding, being temporary, the understanding was from inception that permanent voter cards must be issued. And INEC has undertaken this elaborate process towards perfecting the election process. And there's really no room for, and there's no need for panic.
Reactions have continued to trail the statement of Governor Bikunle Amosun on the presence of over 600,000 alien PVCs in Ogun State, which has compelled the Ogun State chapter of the Community for Defense of Human Rights to visit INEC in Abeokuta, demanding action on the issue. Olajumoke Olatunji has more in this report.
The low level of PVC collection in Ogun State, which has generated different reactions from different quarters, was taken a notch higher with the statement of Ogun State government Bikunle Amosun on the presence of over 600,000 alleged alien cats in the state. With this in mind, the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights to the peaceful protests termed a courtesy call by the group to bring home its points to the INEC's Resident Electoral Commissioner on the need to make the right cards available to the right people. Folarin Ayinka, the group's leader in Ogun State, says INEC must do the right thing to ensure the people are not disenfranchised.
We have come here to shout on the INEC, not to disenfranchise the eligible voters in Nigeria. We have come here to say no to ordering of our permanent voters card. We have come here to ask from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, what is the sin of Ogun State people that the card was not released?
He also challenged the Commission to justify the level of distribution of PVCs in some northern states under Boko Haram and how it's been able to record the highest distribution percentage from states that are peaceful, like Ogun State.
All agree with me that Ogun State has been a peaceful state for quite some years. And we think we can have a state like Nasarawa, a state like Borno, a state like Yobe, a state like Gombe, which are under Boko Haram insurgents, facing attack every day. How do they want to justify that Nasarawa has recorded 90-something% of distribution?
For his part, INEC's Resident Electoral Commissioner in the state, Timothy Ibitoye, who spoke through the Commission's Administrative Secretary, Dixon Atiba, he assures Ogun State residents and the group of the umpire's commitments to ensure that the cards get to eligible voters. He restated the commitment of the Commission to live up to the promises of its chairman, Atahiru Jega, to ensure a smooth electioneering process.
As we speak today, the registration figure for Ogun State is 1,795,794. That is the figure for Ogun State registered voter. And I want to tell you that the cards we have received so far is 1,368,875, of which we have distributed 795,962. I've assured you, I want to tell you what the national chairman told me over the weekend. I was in Abuja, and we met, and he has shown concern for Ogun State.
Atiba also says all issues related to the PVCs are being addressed. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Abeokuta.
And that's it on the news for this hour. Please do join us top of the hour for more. Thank you for watching. I am Ebulomo Adekuli.